In this episode, I will tell you 10 things not to do as a man in the Philippines. Number 1. Never believe her. Don't ever believe a Filipina who you're speaking to. Whether online or in person or in just general conversation, never believe a single word they say. Anything from their relationship status, their age, their job, what they like to do, how many men they've been with, if they dated a foreigner, it is all a complete lie. That's how you should approach every woman in the Philippines. Think of them as 100% liars. They have to prove every single statement. If she says she has a job, don't believe her until you see her working at that job. If she says she has no kids, don't believe her until you see her body and understand that no child's ever been coming out of that, and her boobs are not sagging to her knees, and her stomach isn't jiggly at the bottom. I know this sounds very, very rude to some people if you're new to the channel, but this is about the other side of the Philippines, the side that not many people tell you. Filipinos lie about everything, about their friends on Facebook, about their social media, about their status. It comes naturally to them. It's part of their culture. I am not trying to bash an entire race, but when 99 out of 100 women act exactly the same way, I think I have the right to say this. They lie about the simplest things. They lie to try to get on your good side and try to get your guards down so they can ask you for money or whatever else their needs are later on in the future. Number 2, never disclose your finances to anyone, not just women, but also other expats, foreigners, security guards, random people on Facebook. They do not need to know how much money you are earning. It is none of their business. It should only be your business unless you are married by law legally. Even then, I would keep my finances to myself and write everything in a will unless and until I gain 100% the trust of someone. Disclosing your finances is like putting a target on your back. You'll have people asking you for loans, for money, to borrow money, or simply charity. And the expectation of the Filipina, her family, and even expats are that you will pay for things once they find out how much money you have. Disclosing your finances doesn't necessarily mean simply telling someone how much you earn or how much savings you have. Sometimes women ask you, where are you staying? Which condominium? What's your job? All these unnecessary questions, and you ask yourself, why? Why are you asking me this? How often is it that you find a random Filipino ask you what you bought at the store? All these questions aren't very simple and innocent. There's a hidden dark side to it. They want to figure out exactly how much money you are spending. They want to know if you are staying at a luxury condominium or at a hostel down the road. This is how they will gauge you and size you up and down. Do not disclose your finances to anyone in the Philippines. Number 3, fall in love with the first girl you see. This happens quite often. I see many expats come to the Philippines and the first girl that is 30 years younger than them and has somewhat of an average body compared to the fat girls back in North America, they fall in love immediately without ever considering other options. This is what happens when they want to meet you at the airport, when they want to introduce you to the family immediately and right away because they're trying to lock you down, because they know they're competing against so many other women trying to get your money. It's not for your love or affection. Do not get me wrong. It is not because you're so handsome they want to be in love with you and have your babies. No, everything they say is a lie. Do not forget that. And the reason why you should not fall in love with the first girl you see is because usually they are the easiest. You do not want to be with the easiest woman in the Philippines. They're already very easy as it is. You want to actually work for it, put some effort in, and try to meet someone that is worth your time, your money, and your relationship. Keep that in mind. Number 4. Give someone money. How often must we say this to men? How often do we hear stories of men buying land, property, vehicles, air conditioning, solar panels, and just uplifting a woman from poverty by simply giving them money just to watch her leave you once she has someone better, younger, with more money? And this is not just for big purchases, small purchases. Why do you have to find load money for her? How was she surviving before she met you? It makes no sense. Why are you sending her $50 a month? How many other men is she talking to? This is nothing new, but it has to be said. Stop giving these women money. You are completely ruining relationship game for yourself and the rest of us men that actually are in the Philippines. Some of you men are just out there in your home in America or some other foreign country that have no intentions of ever coming to the Philippines, yet you're sending them money monthly. So why would they ever want to meet a real person? Why would they have to put in the effort when they can just simply get the money from men abroad? When I say don't give them money, I don't mean not to treat your woman properly and well and make her successful. I mean by simply blatantly giving money to random women you never met in your life. These are the things you have to consider. If a woman is with you and shows you affection and care and you can gain her trust, and you actually believe her word because of her actions she shows you even after months and months of being in a relationship, at that point, then splurge, spend on her, make her feel like the woman she is, but that is very unlikely with a large age gap or if you're in the Philippines. Don't forget, if you have an agreement to P for P or some kind of allowance monthly, that is also acceptable. Just be upfront and clear about it and ensure that she has the understanding that you will not increase her allowance just because she asks. Don't forget also that they will spend however much you give them, whether it's 100 pesos or 1 million pesos, that'll be gone, since the Pinoys do not know how to save money. Number 5, allow them access to your passport. I've heard of stories, and I know that men leave their passport out in the open for anyone to access them because they simply trust the pretty face. Do not be fooled. There are many scams and setups in the Philippines. They'll take your passport and bribe you to get it back, or do other things with it where they go ahead and blackmail you in different ways through either the brothers, the cousins, a syndicate, or even the police officers. Not every police officer in the Philippines is your friend or friendly. Number 6, don't chase them. Do not chase a woman. If a woman shows you no interest, leave her alone. Move on to the next one. There are millions of women in the Philippines. Go on to someone that values you, values your time, and wants to commit and show effort on whichever level of friendship or relationship you have with this individual. Why are you constantly messaging a woman that does not want to respond to you, takes hours or days to get back to you, is shady and full of lies, and keeps canceling on you? Stop chasing these women. Imagine, if you are chasing them, how many other men are doing the same thing? How many men is she shuffling at the same time? Do not chase women. It is not necessary. Women should chase you. You are the prize still, even with everything going on in this world, even with the fact that people are sending money from abroad. Somehow, you still have a chance in the Philippines if you play your cards right. Stick with women somewhat close to your age if you want a proper relationship. If you want to P for P, simply make your standards clear at the beginning. Even then, do not chase them. Do not pay them up front. Ensure they provide you with what you agreed with before giving them any money, just like a job. Number 7, tie down to any situation. Don't tie yourself down to a province, a woman, a home, a car. Don't come here and sign contracts 1 year, 6 months, or don't come to the first city and think this is the home for you. I cannot believe at this stage of the Philippines channel and videos this still has to be said. The Philippines is a very large country, very diverse, and you don't know if you're actually going to enjoy the area, the food, the weather, the natural disasters, and the women sometimes, because certain areas have a large variety of expats living there. They are used to you and accustomed to you, so you are nothing special or new to this Filipino woman, meaning that you have less chances of meeting someone that's attractive and somewhat of a normal girl. Do not tie yourself down to any of the situation. If you come down to the Philippines, consider visiting neighboring countries, because I promise you, if you visit anywhere outside the Philippines, I highly doubt you'd want to return. Number 8, don't be a simple as that. Don't be a every sense of the word. Do not be soft. If you don't like something they do, speak up. If they try to throw a temper tantrum and are basically a child, let them know. Kick them out. Don't let them sleep over if you don't want them to. Don't give in to their demands and temptations. You are the man in a relationship. Don't forget that. Don't be soft. Do not smile and wave at every security guard you see, because that shows weakness. The next time they'll ask you for something or expect you to do something, do not be weak. I'm not asking you to instigate fights or become violent or aggressive, but be a man in the Philippines, because that's how you are seen and should be seen. Anytime you show emotions or are soft, they'll take advantage of your weakness. Don't be a Number 9, date single mothers. Why on earth would anyone date a single mother? Unless you have children of your own, unless you're older yourself, unless you don't care about some of the stuff that most men care about, then perhaps you might consider dating a single mother. But single motherhood brings many, many, many baggage with it. So think of it as the fact that this person will never prioritize you or put you first and will always be in need of money. Women in the Philippines need money to feed their children. Many of them will lie about their kids. Always double check that they are not married either or have kids. Many times they'll blame it on their dead sister that they have to raise their children. No, that's her kids. Do not forget that. There's no need also, as there are many women in the Philippines who are in school, universities, and quite haven't been knocked up yet. You may have a lot less chance with a single woman without kids, but I would still stay away from single mothers. Some people prefer them because they say there are less drama, but they never mention all the other problems that come with single mothers. And number 10, don't be afraid to say no. If someone asks you for money, this goes back to number 8. Don't be afraid to say no. Learn that word. You are not Jesus. You are not the white knight in shining armor that comes and saves women in the Philippines. Do not pretend that you can just save everyone and be everyone's friend. Say no to everyone. Say no to kids that are begging for money. Say no to security guards wanting you to give them a loan. Say no to random people asking you for money for whatever reason. Say no to trashy food. Eat at a different restaurant. And say no to this trap. Say yes to all the other things that the Philippines has to offer. It does have plenty of beautiful beaches. Focus on yourself. Focus on your mental health. Focus on your daily routine. Get off your phone. Do not give in to these women. Go in the bathroom, rub one out, and I promise you, you'll feel much better. That post-nut clarity will save your life and a lot of your finances and expenses, save you a lot of money because you can spend that on someone that deserves it. If you focus on yourself, women will naturally be drawn to you because they can sense that. Women are like dogs. They can smell desperation and they can smell confidence. And I still like to believe, no matter your age, at some point, if you have class, if you focus on yourself, women will come out the woodworks. Those are the 10 things you should not do in the Philippines as a man. If I missed something, which I'm sure there are plenty, write them in the comment area of this content. Let me know what other things men should never do in the Philippines according to you. Perhaps I'll make another video regarding this matter. I also want to thank once again One Hawk for their $2 contribution. If you want to, go ahead and like, share. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe as I want the world to know the other side of this country. I want to please the YouTube algorithm gods, so click the thumbs up button. And also engage in the comment section. Talk amongst yourselves. This is a community and we've grown stronger and stronger by the day. It's time to read yesterday's best and worst comments. The best comment is from John Sherman. I've heard Valencia is nice, but Dumaguete would be impossible to live in for me. The expat clique are not for me. These guys spend their whole lives drinking and talking shit about each other. Cebu has a lot of them too. Yes, definitely. Those things can easily be avoided by moving somewhere else rather than Dumaguete. Dumaguete has become a hotbed for grumpy old men that have been played but they don't want to admit it, so they go ahead and gossip like women now. The worst comment from yesterday is from Dragon RLS, who says, life is life no matter where you live. Yes, because my life drinking mojitos in Boracay is the same as someone living in Ukraine, in Gaza at the moment, or in sub-Saharan Africa. You're right, life is life. If you want to clarify this statement, feel free to do so, or else that is just plain stupid. Thanks for watching. God bless.